take a breath tonight? Why don't we just stay a little longer and watch the tide? We can't escape this high, so why don't we just dance until the morning comes from the night? Trees are glistening. Maybe it's time to make a choice and take a chance on this thing we call life. This wonderful desire will keep me up and wondering about my sleepless nights. Salt water in my skin. All the trees are glistening. Let's jump back in again. Salt water in my skin.
In the sea of green, endlessly I bleed, and you call to me softly. Woke up from this dream, drank in reality, all left on my lips was your name. And all I wanted was you. all I wanted was you. And 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 all I wanted was you, was you. And all I wanted was you. And all I needed was you.
What a dynamic 2 years it's been.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. This is Shockoe Sessions Live. It's a weekly live video streaming concert series promoting Richmond's vibrant music scene and rejuvenating your soul with live music from the comfort of your own home. Hello, music lovers. Hello. Thank you for being here for Shockoe Sessions Live. We have taken the circus on the road once again. We appreciate your participation. We want to thank Hardywood for giving us the beautiful barrel room tonight. Thank you so much. For those at home, of course, we invite you to grab a beverage of choice, whether it's a Great Return, a cream ale, whatever's in this lovely glass here.
Certainly a great return.
Grab a loved one, grab your pet, and settle in. Before we get into tonight's program, I have a few Shockoe Sessions Live reminders, a few housekeeping things. Number one, there is still time to vote in the Style Weekly Best of this week. So if you could go online, Style Weekly, and vote for Shockoe Sessions Live for Best Concert Series, Best Local Concert Series. If you could also vote for our podcast for Best Local Podcast. What's the podcast? This Room Sounds Great, with a wink. And if you could also vote for Best Local Personality, that would be moi. Since I host both of those, we would be oh so grateful. I think voting is open through Friday, so get your votes in. Number two, we are looking for sponsors. Shockoe Sessions Live is always looking for supporters. What do they say? If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. So if you can't be a musician supporter. If you can't give yourself, think about your employer, encourage them to be a patron of the arts. You can sponsor an entire season of shows. You can sponsor a month of shows. You could sponsor one of these fundraiser shows, but we just need your participation. So please approach everybody you can about donating and supporting and sponsoring and just getting involved. Number three, we encourage you guys to go back and watch past shows. As you all know, we just celebrated our 100th show 2 weeks ago. We have a library of incredible performers and genres that we are so proud of, and we're excited for you to discover these hard-working local bands. They're insanely talented, and so you can start following them, you can start supporting them, you can go see them live. So don't just watch Shockoe Sessions every week, which we want you to do. Don't be passive about it, get involved. You'll meet the kindest, quirkiest, wonkiest, loveliest people in Richmond, and that's just the Shockoe Sessions live crew, but you will meet the coolest community, so please, please, please get involved. As I mentioned, tonight's show is so special to us. One of our all-time favorite Shockoe Sessions live favorites, Høly River, is performing tonight. Oh, they are just gems, are they not? And then we're also fortunate to have the Concert Ballet of Virginia performing with them, which is incredible. So many reasons to celebrate. And all of this is to support and benefit the James River Association, who does an amazing job. The James River is one of, if not the most identifying characteristics that makes Richmond so special. I know for me personally, it's incredible. My dog swam at Pony Pasture for the first time in the James River. Everybody loves those day-long picnics when you're on the rock and you take your beverages of choice or whatever your refreshment is. A nice picnic, and you sit out all day and you can be submerged in the river and see the skyline of the city in the distance. That's a beautiful thing. That doesn't happen everywhere. We need to be very, very grateful and appreciative of that. It inspires people to create art. We have local photographer Bill Draper, who has a book of photos that were taken on the James River. Of course, we have the series. There's a series called Stories by the James. It's a video and audio series. It was launched on Earth Day this year. They have a goal to progressively roll out 50 stories by the 50th anniversary of the Clean Water Act on October 18th. The stories pay tribute to how the groundbreaking measure not only gives us a cleaner river to enjoy, but also propelled us towards a fishable, swimmable, drinkable James across Virginia, ensuring that we have river stories to share. A few Shockoe Sessions Live alum are storytellers in these series. Almeda Ingram Miller of the Ingramettes, Elizabeth Wise, and Andrew Ali. So please visit storiesbythejames.org. It is the coolest series. It's beautiful. It's very intimate. It's lovely. The river inspired another Shockoe Sessions alum, Justin Black, who's here tonight, to create an entire film, Headwaters Down, which was featured at RIF this year, which is very, very cool. Yeah. He was recognized with the Best Virginia-Made Film Certificate, which is just incredible. So the river is a part of us all and part of the community. And the mission of the James River Association is to be a guardian of the James River. They provide a voice for the river and take action to promote conservation and responsible stewardship of its natural resources. They monitor the river, they respond to problems, they seek policy changes, and they implement on-the-ground projects to restore the river's health. They protect through the watershed restoration. They protect with river advocacy programs. They help communities benefit from the river by increasing river access, supporting river-related events, and implementing volunteer projects. So please visit thejamesriver.org/donate. There are flyers on your table. They have a table over by the stairs. I should mention as well, the Concert Ballet of Virginia has a table over across by the bar over there as well, so visit them as well. So with me, my guest tonight is CEO Bill Street. He is with us to give us even more reasons why to support the James River.
Thank you.
So my first question to you would be, what kind of impacts has the JRA made since its inception? How are you reaching that goal and mission of helping the river? So far, what have we done?
So the James River Association was founded in 1976, and that was the year after the governor of Virginia had to close the entire tidal James River to any kind of fishing. That's 120 miles that you weren't able to fish commercially, and the James River had one of the most productive commercial fisheries anywhere on the East Coast, or recreationally. It was just too dangerous. Toxic insecticides had been discharged, raw sewage. So the James was considered one of the most polluted rivers in the whole country. And so we've been working for over 45 years now to bring it back. We're the only organization that's solely focused on the James River and works from the headwaters in the Allegheny Mountains all the way down to the Chesapeake Bay. And we have made incredible progress. Outside Magazine in 2012 named Richmond the best river town ever. Ever! Yeah.
Ever?
And in 2019, the James River was awarded the International River Prize, which has only been given to 20 water bodies around the world. So we have made some tremendous progress.
That's incredible. Look at us go. Personally, for you, what is your favorite spot on the river, your favorite activity on the river?
So I get that question a little bit. And
I wasn't original?
Right.
Man.
So my pat answer is the last place I was on the James. That's my favorite place. But I will say my favorite activity is something you can't do anywhere else around the globe, and that's sturgeon watching. We have sturgeon that grow to be sturgeon can grow to be 12 to 14 feet long, but we regularly see in the month of September 5 to 7 foot sturgeon jumping completely out of the water. And it is something that no other river in the world advertises. So it's a really unique opportunity. There was one year in 2018, they kind of move the different areas where they're active, and it was right below Mayo Bridge. So you could walk across the 14th Street Bridge, and if you stood there for 20 minutes, you'd see this 5 foot or 7 foot sturgeon jumping right out of the water.
Didn't we just have a dolphin in the river as well?
We have dolphin as well.
Just last week or the week before. Yes, Bill Draper got a photograph. It's all over the news of a dolphin.
As the river gets healthier, more and more wildlife come back, and it's just spectacular.
Look at us. And lastly, how can people get involved with the James River Association if they want to make a difference in the river quality?
Well, you know, the James River Association, we've got a staff, incredible staff of about 30, but clearly we can't do it all on our own. We need everyone who lives within the James River watershed. So that's all the land that drains into the James. Everyone needs to be part of the solution and needs to help us propel forward. So the easy answer is go to our website. There are all sorts of programs we have and resources there, thejamesriver.org. But the two things we focus on are protecting the James River and connecting people to it. And that's what people can do. They can protect the James River by supporting our advocacy work. They can also protect the James River by doing projects around their house, and we have a River Hero Homes program. And they can help connect people to the river by introducing someone to the river. And we have a big environmental education program, and educating and connecting that next generation of river stewards is absolutely crucial.
The little river lovers.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. That is actually how I was introduced to Høly River. It was a parade about water conservation when I first moved to Richmond. And I don't necessarily know that I knew what the parade was for. I was just swept up in the city, and it ended at the National. And I walked into the theater, and on stage were Laney and Jameson. And the joke I make is Jameson was playing an instrument with every limb he had. And I thought, who are these people? What are they doing? It's amazing. So the band formerly known as Lobo Marino, Høly River is Laney, Sullivan, Jameson, Price. They've been touring nationally and internationally for many years. Their music carries the message of humanity's need for reconnection with itself and the earth, mystically political and wholeheartedly grassroots. This DIY band finds themselves playing on large festival stages as well as backyard fire pits. Yes, they do. And intentional communities across the country. In their hometown of Richmond right here, they founded a community space called Earthful Collective, which hosts alternative events and donation-based workshops. They're also founders of Fonticello Food Forest, I say it like that, a public orchard intended for community cleaning. So let's get to it. Høly River and the Concert Ballet of Virginia.
Our bodies are water, a trait we share with this planet we live on. The blood in our veins cycles and flows, like the rain, rivers, and oceans of the earth. If you live in the Piedmont watershed, you likely drink the municipal water of this river many times, which we call the James. Your body is part of the watershed, whether you know it or not. We ask that you bring yourselves into this awareness of our intrinsic and dependent relationship with the aquifers and waterways running from the mountaintops. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, collection. Over and over and over again, the waters of the earth are endlessly old and endlessly new.
Holy River, take me back in time before the mud it piled up. Wind my body tied up in silk among the ash and sandalwood. Oh, sigh, do you do nothing but prepare the way? My soul is just a base you place upon your head. Breathe it deeply now 1,000 times. The sun will rise before you die, but you already know that you are there. Holy River, lap against the stone. It's painted crimson, painted gold. Lay the wood to dry upon the rock. The fire burns and never stops. Oh, 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 Standing like a tree with my roots stuck down, my branches wide and open. Standing like a tree with my roots stuck down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open. To be standing like a tree with my roots stuck down, my branches wide and open. Standing like a tree with my roots stuck down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open. To be standing like a tree, to be standing like a tree, to be standing like a tree, to be standing like a tree. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open. To the heart that is open, to the heart that is open. To be standing like a tree.
Høly River and the Concert Ballet of Virginia. So the mission of the Concert Ballet of Virginia is to foster an appreciation of classical and contemporary dance by staging affordable, full-scale productions at convenient locations throughout the state while providing excellent training and challenging creative opportunities with a professionally mounted dance company. The goals of the Concert Ballet of Virginia include expanding its impact on the community through providing opportunities for all those interested in staging and participating in performance, expanding outreach programs within the community, and partnering with schools to facilitate fundraising, reaching larger, more diverse audiences. So joining me now is Shelby. You're with the ballet. You'll be dancing a little bit later on. Are you excited?
Yes, I am. I am an alumni of the company, and I've been dancing with the Concert Ballet for 14 years now.
That's incredible. That's amazing. That's almost your whole life.
Yes.
So what would you say, what in your perspective, why is dance such a critical performing art and part of the arts?
Well, what I find is that dance is a universal language. Not everyone speaks English, but everyone can move their body. So in some way, shape, or form, dance is that communication across all different cultures.
Mm-hmm. And how has the organization grown since it started? I was reading the history. I know it's been around for a while. There were a few iterations. And so what are some of the new places that you've expanded to and productions that you've done?
Well, this is something that's very new to us here.
Dancing in a brewery?
Oh yeah, we did it last year and had a great time, so we're back. But we have done a lot over the past 2 years trying to get through the pandemic because the arts have really suffered. And this year we've really focused on getting into schools again because during the pandemic they were not bringing in any outside guest artists or anything to work with the schools. So this year we had a really exciting opportunity with Tucker High School where we worked with their students and taught them pantomime and movement and then included them in one of our full-scale ballets, Giselle. So we had a wonderful time doing that, and then coming back to collaborating with Høly River has been a wonderful experience for us. We collaborated with them last year, and we're back doing it again.
And what do you have on tap for the rest of the year, for at least for the summer and fall season?
For the rest of the summer, we have one more scheduled show with Høly River at Lewis Ginter, which is the 20th next week. And then we're also going to be doing some local community events in Ashland. And then, of course, the Nutcracker is the main focus of the fall and the winter. But we'll be having other dance opportunities.
How many
as well.
people are in the Nutcracker? How many people?
As many as we can get, quite honestly.
And where can people go to get more information, to get involved, to see the schedule, to donate, to see a performance?
They can look on our website, concertballet.com, and then we also have, our Instagram is very active, and so is our Facebook. So we post a lot of information on social media.
Beautiful. We are so grateful you're here. We can't wait to see you move later.
Thank you.
The Concert Ballet of Virginia. Please support the arts. They have a table at the back. I saw that they have mugs for sale. They have a nice banner up back. They have information. Please support the arts. Be an art supporter. They need us. They deserve it. And it makes you feel good, and it moves us all. We're going to turn it back to Ms. Laney and Mr. Jameson.
Everything on this earth is interconnected. How have we, human beings, lost our sense of belonging? We steal the land and resources. We scrape the living plants and animals from its surface. We extract the minerals and oils from below. How far will the imbalance go? Until our home collapses from the weight.
All it is winter rain. Look upon the whole
course. So Laney, we have heard from the James River Association, we've heard from the Concert Ballet of Virginia. Now we need to hear from you. How in the world did this concept come together of your music, these dancers? I mean, the water theme is, of course, understandable, and it's what you do. But how did this concept, this marriage come together?
We've had just the most amazing timing whenever we're in conversation with the concert ballet. At first, last year, it was at the Pump House, and the people at the Pump House, friends of the Pump House, had asked us to do a fundraiser concert, live broadcast concert, because it was thick in the pandemic. And they were like, we're in talks with the ballet, and we want to have you, come and play. And I was like, we get to play with the ballet. We need to do something special. And Hourglass Sessions, which is a production company, had just contacted us asking to do a collaboration. And so I asked Hourglass Sessions if they wanted to film it and produce it. And so we had this amazing production and media piece that we got to collaborate on. And after we created that, I was like, I want to do a whole show with like a theme that we can maybe, who knows where it will go. This is the first time we're doing it together. But I, hope that it would be something we could take into the schools maybe next year or do at special events in the future together now that they have the choreography for it and we have the piece written. So if people listening or watching have something that you're like, this would be really special at something that I'm organizing, you can talk to us. And we only have one other performance of it planned right now at Lou Skinter on the 20th. But we are just so grateful. And then, we've been talking, you asked us if we would do a JRA Shockoe Sessions fundraiser, and I was like, why don't we just do the thing with the ballet? We already are working it out, and it's all about water. So we're so grateful to support the James River Association. We've worked with them and through them for many years. I don't know if you all remember when there was the threat of coal ash dewatering from Bremo Bluff upstream of Richmond. The power station, Dominion, was potentially going to dewater a bunch of coal ash pollution into the James River, which would have then ended up in our part of the river and in our water system, because a lot of us, I don't know if you know, but if you live in Richmond, many of us are drinking, our municipal water comes from the James River. So if that gets polluted with megatoxins, our bodies are polluted. And so when I entered, that's really what caused me to become an environmental activist, was that situation, because I was like, I don't consent to being polluted, my body. And so I have to use my body to prevent that pollution. And the James River Association was the entity that effectively stopped the dewatering of that toxic coal ash waste legally, and held Dominion accountable to filtering it before putting it back in the river. So the work that they do is so essential for the river. It's so important. And if you look at their State of the James reports that they put out every year, you can see where Richmond is, or not Richmond, the whole watershed, where the watershed is failing. And the way that Richmond is failing is that every time it rains more than 2 inches, all of our raw sewage dumps into the river. And right now, RVH2O is trying to fix that they have a plan, and I'm on this community board to help figure out how we're going to stop dumping our raw sewage into the river so that the people downstream can not have E. coli-filled rivers. But it's a project, and it's something that we're working on. So I feel like Richmond, all of us as greater stewards of the river, we have to figure out how the river doesn't get more polluted passing through us, that we can be good community members as a whole of this river community that we're part of and completely dependent on, and that's going inside of our bodies and making our bones and our blood, it's deep.
Especially now that you have children and you see it's going to affect the next generation, and it's not an issue that somebody else is going to take care of. I know that there's an association that's helping. I know there are people getting the word out, but don't think that this is just going to fix itself because other people are going to take care of it. You have to get involved. You drink the water. You want to swim in the water. You want to bathe in the water. You have to get involved. So it's an incredible cause. It's such a long river. I didn't realize that there was so much real estate there and so many points that can be affected. So I'm glad that we're aware, and you're making us more aware, and that there's something we can do about it. It's incredible. Thank you.
Thank you. On with the dancing. This piece is really exciting, y'all. sing this song a cappella real quick, give our dancers a breather. And if you want to try to sing, you're welcome to. It's not, well, maybe we'll do an easier one. Okay, let's do an easier one, and you're welcome to sing along. It goes, the river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mama, carry me, your child I will always be. Mama, carry me down to the sea. Mama, carry me, your child I will always be. Mama, carry me down to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Papa, carry me, your child I will always be. Papa, carry me down to the sea. Papa, carry me, your child I will always be. Papa, carry me down to the sea.
I don't think we sang long enough.
Yay! Thank you, everyone.
Just incredible. That
Thank
was
you.
magnificent.
So fun. That was so
Absolutely.
fun. That's the first time we've done that.
It's
So
magnificent. The first time? That's incredible. It comes together beautifully. We have to thank Hardywood for hosting us and giving us this beautiful room. It fit us all. Thank you so much, Kevin, for making this room sound great. He does such an amazing job. I mean, there he is. Just an incredible job. Of course, thank you, Høly River. You can find them at holyrivermusic.com. Thank you to our friends at the James River Association, Bill and Aaron, who I've been corresponding with. Oh my gosh. You're doing a good thing. Thank you. Thank you to the Concert Ballet of Virginia. Visit concertballet.org. Shelby and Scott, thank you so much. Their performances were just unbelievable, and they're so brave for getting up in front of this many people and doing it. It's just incredible. Of course, we have to thank everybody behind the scenes for making that magic happen. That's Carlos, Andrea, Paul, Eric, Billy, Charlie, and tonight Magali, who's our guest photographer. Yeah. Everybody is getting it done. Of course, we need to thank you at home for watching, for donating to the James River Association, for constantly supporting us, for subscribing. Your mission, should you choose to accept it by next Tuesday, we need you to vote for us in Style Weekly for Best Local Concert Series, Best Podcast, Best Local Personality. We also need you to help us find sponsors, and that goes for you guys in the room here too. Think about your employer, think about your spouse's employer, think about your dog sitter, whoever can sponsor us. Shockoe Sessions Live is looking for sponsors. We also invite you to go back and watch past shows. Make sure you like it, comment. There are over 100 shows of incredible local talent there. We're going to be back in the studio next Tuesday at 7:30 with Pharaoh Sister. So get your dancing shoes on. He's pop. He is so incredible. So much fun. He's incredible. But we'll be back at 7:30 next Tuesday at the studio. And that's a wrap.